I feel like he is the second guest we've ever had on the podcast that has actually fought. Like you guys have actually fought each other.
Oh, for real, yeah.
And
Chuck and him, yeah.
And it was during a unification kind
and
of,
that
right?
was 2 fights in a row for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I was at the fight. I was going to fight the winner, you and Chuck.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah. Well, I came into the cage afterwards with the Pride belt. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
UFC had just bought Pride, and I think you guys were like one of the first unification fights where they brought the organization.
We was the first.
Together.
We was the first, but they gave that to Anderson Silva. But me and you, we did it first before you and Anderson Silva.
Well, yeah, and I think they didn't know how to make it to where, because the rule differences and everything, you know, and the time for the rounds are a little bit different. They didn't know how to say it was unification because it's different rules. But either way, it did take me a little bit to get used to the cage again. And I'd only trained like in a cage for like the last 2 weeks of my camp before I fought you in.
Oh, for real?
There was a couple times I think that I think I tripped over the cage once. You know that bar along the bottom?
Yeah.
Not used to.
Yeah.
And then I remember I had you on your back in almost a crucifix position. You walked up the cage. I'm like, God damn it.
Bro, that was one of my toughest fights to date.
Yeah.
Yeah. That fight was tough. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I said, I've trained with you before and I know how tough you are. I know how hard you hit. And I told my training partners, I said, look, tell me the last 30 seconds of each round. And then remind me again the last 15 seconds. And I'm going to try to just go as hard as I can. And I think that's the only way I got the decision because I did that.
Yeah, it was close, super close.
It was pretty close. I did that the whole camp. I think that's the only way I won that fight.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, I feel like that might have been the best shape you were ever in for a fight.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel good that, you know, you people bother to get in the best shape just because of me.
Oh no, I knew there was going to be a tough fight. I knew there was going to be a tough fight. I've seen him. Like I said, Dan has been one of my favorite fighters for a long time. Him and Fedor, and I've seen him. And once he knocked out Fedor, I was like, damn, you know.
It's a unique thing though, right? Like when you guys are training with each other and then, you know, have to kind of face off with each other in the ring. Like, is that play into the psyche of getting ready at all, prepping for the fight?
I mean, not for me because my background with wrestling and I'll compete against the guys I train with all the time, you know, and being on the national team, Olympic team for wrestling, we have training camps every year where all the top guys are at and you're training with them twice a year and then you're competing against them.
Yeah.